Can you believe it's June 3rd? How is this 4th? It's June 4th. It's flying. I can't believe it's June 4th.
Glastonbury, Carol Kissam, 59 from Hartford. Daniel.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Mark. A little preview. There's a lot going on up here. The kids have one more week of school, and they're all set for summer, so it's time. It's time. So welcome to Chat on June 4th. I'm glad you're here or watching from home. I'm going to give you a quick overview of what to expect this morning. And then I'll give my comments. Amy's going to talk about the input-output, renamed the Exchange meeting, to talk a little bit about the different things that people have in their perspective and want to bring up, which is a great name for that meeting. Dr. Curticody's going to come, and when she gets here, we're just going to let her talk. So she's got a very tight schedule seeing patients upstairs. So she's going to talk to you about a new doctor that's coming to the clinic upstairs. Isn't that great? Ross and Jay are going to come up, talk about the different things that are happening with this week called the Connecticut Mutual Aid Education. And so this is a group, I'll let them share the details, but it's our turn to host this amazing group of people who will come together from different assisted livings, nursing homes, independent livings all over the state, and we come together a couple times a year to talk about how we would help one another in a time of an emergency. And so, I don't know if you've seen the news like last year when I think there was a nursing home that's heating went out and all of those residents had to go somewhere else. So we talk about mutual aid. So it's our turn to host, so that'll be coming up Thursday. He'll tell you some details on that. And also the landscaping is looking beautiful. Aren't the grounds, like everything is just starting to send off pollen. No, the pollen is nuts. But it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Maybe a new need for masking, right? Wear those masks. So that'll be great. Everything's looking so good outside. And then Mark's going to come up to share our WFSB video that they've made. You may have seen it on TV airing already. I know Amy saw it one morning, all surprised, which was wonderful. We'll talk about charter member events and how we're going to start to convert those to selecting apartments and cottages. Joe Tadone, VP of HR, is going to come up and talk about our summer intern program. And Jenny and Cassidy, our new summer interns, are here. They're going to introduce themselves. And then they'll talk about with Carol Berry what Multicultural Day events to expect. Barry's going to come up with amazing news about the annual appeal and the amazing percentage of residents who have already participated in just 3 weeks, and also a little bit about the celebration that we'll have to kick off our capital campaign at the Riverview in Simsbury on the 13th. And then Heather is going to come up with Donna. First of all, we haven't had a chat since the 40th anniversary week, and all the festivities that happened that week left me feeling joyful. I walked out of that luau and the dining and the lighted leis and the ukuleles and the walk down memory lane and the car wash. I mean, what a week we had, and so I'm so grateful to that team that put those things together. So they're going to talk about more things to look forward to this month, and then I'll do a wrap-up. So for my update, I wanted to offer a sense of gratitude for all the residents and staff that came to the public hearing for the town planning and zoning on the 23rd. It was quite a day. I happen to know there's 77 chairs in that room, and I think we filled them all. We were a loud voice and a wonderful presence, despite the kind of disappointment at times, not thinking that the commissioners were actually listening or knowing who we really are. We're not real estate, we're life plan community. And so I thought it was wonderful. We need 4 yeses is what I've learned. I know of 3, which will be wonderful, and we'll keep moving forward on that. I'm grateful for the letters, tons of letters throughout these past 6 months that people have written, residents specifically and staff have written to town planning and zoning to express your support for this project. So thank you for that. Any comments for those of you who came that you want to share? No, I'm sure you've done it personally. I think there's been a couple times right after that night that we've just voiced some frustrations together about what the experience was like. Yes, Marilyn.
Well, I just want to say I was there, and I was so impressed by everybody that spoke in favor of Doncaster. Of course, you were tremendous, but so was everybody else. Yeah. Our lawyer, the young woman that was the engineer, the architect staff, everybody answered every question very specifically and well, and with a smile and charm that I hope will carry forth in the next meeting.
Oh, Marilyn, thank you so much. Thank you. For those of you who maybe didn't hear it, she shared that she felt that every presenter, the engineer, the architect, the lawyer, got up there and really did a nice professional job with a smile and respect throughout the whole time. And I did hear that somebody said in the parking lot that was the most professional presentation they've ever seen at Town Planning and Zoning. So, yeah, so we've got a great team. I think Dr. Mark, I'll get to that one second. Dr. Mark.
I wasn't able to get there. It was really good, but I was on the phone, and I was, again, as Marilyn said, impressed with the presentation. The thing that really got me the most was that we have, 7 commissioners, and 5 of them have never been on the premises. How can they even begin to judge who we are, what we are, what we're about? And I think a very special invitation somehow to those 5, dragging them here if we have to, getting them here to see who we are.
Oh, you echo my heart. So he shared that how could these other 5 commissioners make a decision like this and never tour our campus? It has been something that we've been inviting them to do over and over and over again. And, you know, someone said, oh, I've been there, my child volunteered there as a kid. It is very disturbing. Since the public hearing closed that night, I can't, my lawyer can't, we can't reach out. You are members of Bloomfield, your town residents of Bloomfield. You can do whatever you want. You're adults. You can write a letter. You can do, it'll be up to the town, the staff man, the town planner, his name is John Coleman, to decide whether or not he's going to give anything to the commissioners. So, but yes, there is a great disappointment. What I've learned since is that they will need to give reason in the regulation as to why they would say no to the vote. And from what we've seen, we meet every standard. Now, they may put a couple conditions on what we can and can't do, and we'll let that happen. One of the frustrations 2 of the commissioners spoke of was how should I say this? Was... It was something to do with the neighbors, and I need to assure you, we had 2 large meetings here with the neighbors that were invited to come, and they were just as negative and, I mean, fist raising as they were that night. And so I don't think we should have put ourselves out any more than the 2 times we had them over. So, which was impressive. The next step will be on June 27th, they will vote. So they actually have 60 days to cast a vote, so they may have more questions at that point, but they have 60 days to cast their vote. Now, part of, I saw 2 questions too. Tom was first. Yeah.
You just answered my question. They haven't made their decision yet?
No. They also went extremely out of order. But I will tell you, the chairman is a dignified, integrity-filled, respectable gentleman. And he, for the sake of the people that were coming, in the first hearing, he let the neighbors offer their questions and their comments. And then he waited for this past month for the commissioners to ask their questions and their comments, which is out of order. It should be, we do our presentation, we get questions from the public, and then we get questions from the commissioners, then comments from the public, then comments from the commissioner. He was trying to do a favor to the neighbors and everybody in the audience to say, you only have to come once, to which they said, we'll be here every time. So that didn't quite work out in our favor. But there is an appeals process. We have a board meeting this Thursday where we're going to really go through what we think would be next steps for us with any path that we may find in front of us on the 27th. So lots to think about. I am confident it's going to pass. I have my moments of insecurity, but I do think it's the right thing for the right reason. The land is zoned that way, so, and we're fulfilling everything. So.
Yes. I found the committee on not paying too much attention. I found they were out of focus, and not to make excuses, but when we had so many delays, they really didn't start reading some stuff in between that they could have done 15, and I found it very annoying that, you know, it's a big thing, anything, I don't pay attention, and I found 3 or 4 not paying attention. I thought that was very unprofessional. And hopefully, they test the equipment.
So, no, you're right. It was a big deal, yeah. That was 40 minutes. Yeah.
That came out of focus, not to make excuses for them, but then they, you know, they were out of focus 3 or 4.
So the comment was, and I think those of us who watched from home or were there in the room, there were quite a few of the commissioners that were not prepared, asked questions that had been brought up last time, and we were not allowed to repeat anything we said last time. And so we had to be very careful. And a lot of almost grandstanding, is that the word? A couple of them were grandstanding, but it's politics. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to answer that question about the fish score so badly. The lawyer's like, no. So back to make sure you can hear from home, thinking about there was, and what a task to be on TPZ. I don't know how you did it, Dale, but what a task to be handed all of this information and make these decisions. And that's why the jurisdiction has certain elements of regulation you have to follow, because it's not a head and heart decision. This is a rule decision. Did we meet the rules, right? One other comment on that. What was the ending remark that you shared? Oh, the Zoom. So they didn't do the Zoom right from the beginning. And of course, Kadeen and Joanne knew exactly what they had done wrong and got up and tried to help. And my father watched some of the other public hearings from the other committees, and he said, maybe the other committees could help out town planning and zoning getting the Zoom right. So, yes?
Will we be able to see, I was trying to watch it. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
But not see it.
Yeah.
You know if it's on?
Yep, they're all on YouTube. So they're on YouTube.
On Zoom and
Yeah.
YouTube and watch it.
Yeah, I think Netflix is going to buy the series. It's quite impressive. There's highs, there's lows, there's cheers, there's tears. Did you have a question too? That night, the link wasn't working. It was a mess. They did eventually at like 7:40. It worked. Yeah. So, I know, close to 8 o'clock. They actually got started. So, all right. We'll wish them well for next time. I'm sure that they had their own series of follow-up afterwards.
Kelly, if we've written a letter, what should we do with it?
I am going to get John Coleman's address or email address, and we can mail them to John Coleman. It can't come from me, though, because my part of the application's closed. So, but I do think it's really important. I know Carol's already written a wonderful letter and others, so thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so following up on that, the next day we have to pay attention to is June 27th. That'll be when they do their vote, we hope. We hope. It's been since November. The other thing I want to share is next chat, so June 18th, we're going to do a State of Doncaster. You know how sometimes we've taken the chat time slot to do a State of Doncaster. And at that time, I've invited RLPS, they're our architects, to come and share with you what they're envisioning, the visions, the ideas for how to expand a theater, auditorium, the dining room, as well as the fitness center and the exterior. I think you've seen some of these photos up to this point. But they're going to come and we're going to share another overview of what the next quarter of the year will look like from a strategic development in that project. We've got a lot of strategic ideas and projects going on, but specifically for that chat, we will talk about the expansion and renovations here. Okay. Let's see. I think that's it. I turn over to Amy. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My part of the agenda today is very, very short, very brief. It's a reminder that We're calling it the exchange meeting going forward. The exchange meeting is going to be at 1 o'clock in this room, and I invite you all to come. The first meeting that was 2 months ago was very productive, I thought. You can bring your thoughts and ideas. We as an organization, as you know, are continuously looking to improve. And what better way to improve than to hear from all of you the ways that we can do it. So any suggestions, any recommendations that you have, anything that you feel we can do better, anything that we already do good and well would be greatly appreciated as well. So I invite you all to come again, and it'll be a good time, I think. So that's all I have. Right? Short and sweet. Oh, one thing, I'll tell you a story. I can't leave without a COVID story, right? So you all know this. So I have kind of put COVID on the back burner, back of my head somewhere. And last week, we were supposed to have a meeting with LiveWell, our core group at LiveWell, and the core group from here. We were supposed to have a meeting to talk about next steps and where we go from here, etc. So they emailed me and they said that they had a, I had forgotten this word, a super spreader event, and they all had COVID. So they, thank goodness, we knew about it before and they didn't come to the meeting and we postponed it, but it's still, lingering out there somewhere. So it's great that you all received your shots recently, and hopefully we all have a little bit more immunity. But
if we did not get the shot here, is CVS open to our coming there?
yeah. Yeah, so Ruth Ann's question was, if you didn't get a shot here, is it available elsewhere? So both CVS and Walgreens have them freely available. And I believe I heard from Mr. Betts that it's fairly easy to make an appointment and get your shot if you haven't received it. Yes, and Amy says yes as well. Okay, well, thank you. And see you all at 1. Ross and Jay are next. No. They're coming up. No. Not yet. I did send her a text to remind.
Good morning, everybody. In the spirit of trying to go faster than Amy was, we only have one thing this morning. So for many years, as Kelly mentioned, Doncaster has belonged to the Connecticut Long-Term Care Mutual Aid Plan. The Long-Term Care Mutual Aid Plan is made up of many retirement communities who collaborate with each other to provide additional aid to particular communities or community in the event of a disaster. Throughout the year, the Doncaster staff attends and trains in this program, preparing for any potential disasters such as hurricanes, blizzards, floods, and a variety of other situations. And as Kelly mentioned before, it's quite an honor. The annual meeting is this Thursday, and they selected the Doncaster community to have their annual meeting here to showcase our beautiful campus, our wonderful residents, and our talented staff. The conference, again, will take place this Thursday right here in the meeting room for the entire day, and we're all very excited that we're having it here, and we could not have achieved this success, of course, without the support of the residents and the entire community. So we want to thank you for that. So congratulations to the entire community. It's quite an honor, and it's a very much needed training exercise. And it helps us learn things from other communities, to build partnerships with other communities. In the event of an emergency, we will have different communities that we can rely on to help us out. So thank you, everybody. I think I was faster than you. Okay. Thank you. Mark's up. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, it's all right. Yeah. Morning, everybody. How are you? Yeah, good, good. So just a couple quick updates here with regard to charter membership. We have 89 charter members with 3 events scheduled this month. Next Wednesday at Abigail's, the 18th at the North House in Avon, and then the 20th at Water's Edge down in Westbrook. We decided to take the show on the road and experiment with going to people rather than people seeing our information and saying, oh, I don't want to go all the way up to Bloomfield for that. And we'll see how it goes. And in fact, at the end of April, when we were at TPC River Highlands, we actually got 3 charter memberships from that event, even though it was in Cromwell, not too far away, but still, you know, a distance. We'll see how Water's Edge works, and we're looking forward to that. So that's the update with the charter memberships. The providing everything goes as planned with the town and with the board vote in July, we'll begin the next phase of deposits with the charter members beginning in late July. With regard to existing campus, our current occupancy is 167 out of 187, translating to 89.3% occupancy, and that includes an agreement and move-in today. And we'll share that, although it is already up on the board, we'll share that information next time. We have 4 more agreements scheduled for this month, 2 this week and 2 more the following 2 weeks thereafter, which will get us to 171 or 91.4%. And then we already have 7 agreements scheduled beginning July 1st. We are, as I always say in our chats, the momentum is there, and we're just working so hard, and the team is doing a great job, and I can't be more thankful and proud of them. So great stuff. I will say, though, since she is here, Chris Johnson moved in at the end of May into G210. Welcome, Chris, to Doncaster. And as a happy to be here. All right. Excellent. Thank you, Chris. We're thrilled that you're here. Yes. And as I said, the next chat we'll have a few more move-ins that we'll announce as well. Okay, yeah, so with regard to WFSB and what you're seeing up here, you may have seen this appear as part of our package, but I'll play it right now.
Patty Triggs from Torrington. Have a great day. Christopher Figueredo, 25 from Glastonbury. Carol Kissam, 59 from Hartford. Danielle Collier from Hartford, and Ethan Roberts from Hartford, 17. A lot of people from Hartford having birthdays today.
Kissam, Carol, he said your name right.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
Hopefully he's right.
Okay, so Doncaster, we've taken part in a pretty extensive marketing digital package with WFSB for May, June, and July. Which includes the sponsorship of the birthday and anniversary announcements in the morning on Channel 3. So some of you may have seen that live as you may watch the news. Coming up later today, it just so happens that today's chat, and we have all of you here, you may have seen the announcement on the board outside the Arts and Crafts room. But later today on Great Day Connecticut on Channel 3, at 3 o'clock, Doncaster will be featured. I'm not sure exactly when between 3 and 4 o'clock, but our segment is today. Back on May 6th, when we had the car wash, Channel 3 came here along with Kara Sunland to interview Kelly and talk about Doncaster's history and Doncaster tomorrow, and parlaying that in with our 40th anniversary as well. And that is large in part with the sponsorship that we, or the media package that we decided to do with Channel 3 for May, June, and July to really push the 40th anniversary and really push the expansion and charter membership program. So Kelly will be featured. We have not seen anything. We have not been allowed to see anything until the program airs today. What I can say is that the meeting room will be set up at 3 o'clock today for the broadcast of Great Day Connecticut. So any of you who would like to come in and watch that, you're more than welcome to come in and do that, or of course watching it from the confines of your home. So that'll be today, and then after the program airs today, we will get the clip that we will be able to use for marketing purposes, and we can share it across the community as well. So we're very excited for that. We've been also doing, we're also doing display ads and email blasts as part of this campaign with Channel 3. And let's see, separately, the marketing team, we're planning for a series of new prospect events in August, where we're working with professional speakers in this industry to help with mindfulness and meditation, tips on downsizing and decluttering and preparing for the move to Doncaster or another community, and then also tips on how to stay vibrant as one ages. So we're working on professional speakers that we've been in communication with to get them scheduled, and an opportunity for us to invite our lead base to Doncaster to see Doncaster and get some helpful information. So that's coming up down the road in August. And then finally, as we hit the month of June, just so everybody is aware and that we're very proud, that Doncaster is a sponsor for both Bloomfield and West Hartford's Juneteenth celebrations this month. So you may see some advertising and collateral, and you'll see our logo as part of that. So coming up for the month of June. So that is the update I have from our department. Thank you. All right.
Dr. Curticodi, come on up. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. All right, I have some announcements, some for good and some for not so good. So I'm actually happy to be part of Doncaster and to have been here for the last almost 8 to 9 years. As most of you might be aware, my role at Hartford Healthcare has been expanding for
Patty
the last...
Triggs from Torrington. Have a great day.
Did this turn off? Yeah. Sorry about that. So my role within Hartford Healthcare in the last 5 to 6 years has expanded over time. I've been the medical director for the geriatric service line at Hartford Healthcare, and recently also became the medical director for their outpatient palliative care program. And as Hartford Healthcare has expanded into various regions, my administrative duties have expanded as well. So with that being said, I would have to reduce some of my clinical time here to be able to spend that time in administrative duties. And with that regard, we are actually bringing on some new providers. We have a physician starting in July. Her name is Dr. Judith Ukabam. She has been part of Hartford Healthcare for the last 3 years now. She's currently at Wyndham, but she is moving here in July. With her, she would be in the clinic 3 days a week, and then she'll be at Caleb 2 days a week. So in a way, there's that continuity, which both me and Dr. B had it in the past. We used to be in the clinic as well as we used to be in Caleb, and a lot of times that continuity helps just to kind of understanding both sides of the equation, so as to say. And then in December, we have another APRN that's joining us. Her name is Beth Ann. So when the APRN joins us, we would be starting a new care team model where the residents will get to be seen both by the physician and the APRN on alternating visits. The reason for that is when physicians or providers have gone on vacation or for other reasons have needed to take time off, oftentimes you end up being seen by someone who don't know you, right? This way, when the physicians or the providers are away or they're on vacation, you would still continue to be seen by someone who knows you and knows your condition. Starting in September, I will be in the clinic on Monday, Wednesday and Friday for half day. So those of you who have been patients of mine and who would like to continue to see me are more than welcome to do that. But given my limited time, when you need to see me urgently, and if I don't have the time for that, you would be seen by one of the providers in the clinic. And for those of you who want to transition to a different physician, either Dr. Bishel or this new physician who's coming on, you could do so too, because they'll have more availability than me. So with that, I again thank everyone. It's been a pleasure to serve all of you, but I'll continue to do so, but in a limited time frame right now. If any questions, feel free. I do have some rack cards for the new physician. If someone wants to pick those up, yeah, I'll give it to Amy, and you would be able to pick those up. All right, any questions? Yep.
And everybody probably knows the answer, but if you get sick on Saturday and Sunday, is there a physician there to see?
Not in the clinic, but you could reach us by phone. It's just like any other primary care office. We have an answering service. We are available by phone, and one of us would be able to
call your primary doctor here at home.
Yeah, you just call the clinic upstairs, and you'll be connected to an answering service. So there is some service after hours as well. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Dr. K, we would just like to thank you for your years of dedication to Doncaster and all the people that you've cared so professionally for. And there is this excitement about you stepping into more of this leadership role at Hartford Healthcare to bring the story of Doncaster to all the other areas that you will be touching. So we're grateful for that. We're going to miss you sometimes, but at the same time, thank you for all you do here, all you'll continue to do here, and we are sending you off into this other area of leadership duties at Hartford Healthcare with such joy and pride. So thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Where should they?
You stand right over here so the camera can pick you up.
All right, so this year, Doncaster is hosting 2 interns through Leading Age's Summer Enrichment Program. We have Cassidy Canzano and Jenny Tiang, and they arrived on campus yesterday. They're staying with us through August 10th, and they'll be in G219A and B, so if you're in the neighborhood, feel free to stop by and say hello. Throughout this time, Jenny will be working closely with Amy Desai, and Cassidy will be working in human resources, but both will have exposure to the leadership and operations team to get a better understanding of the inner workings of a CCRC. So, Jenny, if you want to go first, and then Cassidy, if you could just say a few words to introduce yourselves.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jenny, and I'm born and raised in Shanghai, China. Currently, I'm pursuing my master's degree in health administration at Cornell University. It's really nice to switch the weather from upstate New York to a warmer place. And it is my pleasure to work with Ms. Amy Desai over the summer. I can't wait to learn, observe, and reflect on the excellent services provided by Doncaster. Thank you. I'll pass it on to Cassidy.
Hi everyone, I'm Cassidy. I am from Ipswich, Massachusetts, so outside of Boston. I'm going to be a junior this fall at Penn State, studying health policy and administration. Super excited to be here and get to meet you all and to work with everyone here.
We look forward to having Jenny and Cassidy on campus over the next couple months, and we're hopeful that we'll be able to provide a great learning experience for them and also showcase all that Doncaster has to offer. So if you could just join me again in giving them a warm welcome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right, Carol, you ready?
Hey, Christopher Figueredo, 25 from Glastonbury. Carol Kissam, 59.
Is it under control?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're still at the hearing.
I know. So I want to talk with you about Multicultural Day that's coming up. Doncaster is an amazing multicultural community. There are many cultures and nations represented here by residents and by staff. Some were born elsewhere, some have just spent time in another culture. Can you name some of those nations and cultures? Ghana. Jamaica, yes, lots of Jamaicans. Haiti.
I heard Belgium.
Belgium, Connecticut. Connecticut, I love it.
Ecuador, India.
Ecuador.
India.
India, yes. How can we forget India?
Ireland.
Ireland, yes.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong and Taiwan. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Others, Joe?
Let's see, what else was there? Filipino.
Come over.
Filipino, and I think you got all my others. But I'm sure there's others that we don't know.
Yes. Anyway, on Wednesday, July 10th, so that's just a bit off, we want to celebrate this rich variety that enriches Doncaster so much. We're going to have an event, and we envision, perhaps 10 to 15 tables set up outside the green awning, each one for a different culture. The rain date will be the next day. And I want you to encourage, each one of you, to think about representing your culture. For example, perhaps you know I'm 100% Dutch. I'm Dutch descent. And so I've offered to talk with PETA, to work with PETA, who grew up there, of course, and she'll select some of her favorite cheeses and display some wooden shoes and perhaps some Dutch music. And it's not too onerous to do this. Depending on the culture that you represent, you could display maps, costumes, pictures, games, maybe teach a few words such as hello and goodbye, or thank you. It's going to be a fun event. Joe, tell the rest.
Okay. So again, the Multicultural Day event will be on Wednesday, July 10th from 12 to 3. Rain date would be the next day, July 11th. It will be at the green awning unless it rains both days, in which case we'll move it into the meeting room. If you would like to volunteer and represent your culture, you can reach out to Carol or me or sign up after chat. Carol and I will also be here for additional questions. The deadline to sign up is this Friday, June 7th. After that, we're going to have weekly meetings scheduled with the culture leads to plan the event. This event is a collaboration between the staff and resident DEI committees, and we will support the volunteers and cultural leads at the event. In addition, food and music will be provided based on the input from the volunteers. Like Carol said, we envision this to be fun as well as educational, leading to increased appreciation and awareness of the various backgrounds and cultures at Doncaster. Any questions? Thank you. I think Barry's next.
Barry, I'm just going to turn this off.
Be careful not to touch anything.
I'm going to turn it off. There we go. Now it's done.
Good morning, everyone. You know, my update today could easily be summarized in just 2 words, and those 2 words are thank you. You know, I'm very happy to tell you that our annual appeal that went out just 3 weeks ago is already up. It's off to a great start. In just 3 weeks, we have raised nearly $54,000 with about, thank you. Thank you. You know, I can truthfully say that I've been doing this type of work for over 20 years, but I have never worked in a community where the spirit of philanthropy is more alive and well, and both past, present, and future. And that's because of you. So thank you for that. If you have any questions about the annual appeal, please stop by my office anytime. Be happy to talk with you. And then, of course, next week, the 13th, gosh, it's sneaking up on us, the 40th anniversary event that we've been working so hard on in terms of planning and preparation. We still have some tickets left. They're going fast. The numbers are ticking up. We're really doing well with attendance. If you'd like to come, again, please come see me. If you'd like to just make a general donation, if you're not able to come, to help us with the expenses, that would be great. If you'd like to make a donation for the silent auction, that would be great. Thank you so much for all that. I know that there will also be transportation that night. I will defer to Heather to answer whatever questions there are on transportation to the event that night. So, but I know a lot of people have been asking me about that. Yes, there will be transportation that evening, details forthcoming. Any questions you have for me? Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'll start with the answers to the transportation. So if anyone is interested, you can reach out to Diane or Danny at the front desk, and they are taking a list of people that are interested in going or who have purchased tickets. One question that has come up is, do I have to stay all evening? And you don't have to stay all evening. We're going to have a driver there regardless, so if you want to leave after dinner or if you want to stay all night, you can do that too. So don't feel like if you're getting a ride, you're stuck there till the end. I think we already have about 4 people signed up, so there are some people already getting transportation. Questions about transportation? I saw Dale.
I assume there's ample parking over there for drivers out.
Yes, that's a great question. So is there ample parking at the Riverview? Has anybody been there before? Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's right over the mountain, right behind Abigail's. If you turn right onto Hot Meadow. Thank you. And there's a very large parking lot, yes. So ample parking. So I would like to, we have had a loss in the community this weekend, and I would like to have Lucy come up and share a little bit about the services, if anyone is interested, and some of the changes in the schedule this week. So thank you.
Yes, as many of you know and have participated in this wonderful person's classes and been infected by her incredible enthusiasm and grace, her husband, Gene Gower, passed away after a long illness on Friday. So amidst taking care of all of us, she has been taking care of her husband as well. So I don't think she sleeps, but anyway, so our hearts and prayers and condolences go out to her. You know that she is a very instrumental part of this community, so there will be some effect on the fitness classes for this week. I had to tell her she could not come into work. That she needed to take this time for herself. So for anybody who wants to send her a card or reach out to her, I do have her address. And I also have information on the services. On Friday, June 14th, which is a week from this Friday, there will be a wake from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Carmen Funeral Home in Granby. On Saturday, there will be a service at the First Church of Heartland, which is in East Heartland, which is as close to the Massachusetts border as you can get. And there will be a reception afterwards at the Coach shop, and she made me swear that I would stay, that they're very close together, so you don't have to drive very far to go from one to the other. She was always thinking of us. But if you want to, you can also drop a card for her off to my office, and I'm collecting them, and I will get them to her if you don't want to mail it. Yes?
You didn't mention who it was. You just said her husband.
Oh, I'm sorry. Her husband's name was Gene Gower.
But who is she? You didn't say. say who she was.
Oh, Mary Root. I'm so sorry. So, Mary Root, if you didn't know who I was talking about, I'm very sorry. I did notify you by mail and email earlier this week. I just found out of his passing first thing on Monday. So, anyway, we've had to redo the schedule, the fitness schedule, because not only that, Penny Laser, who is our aquatics instructor, is away this week taking care of her mother while her father has a pacemaker installed. So, I'm quite short-staffed this week. Anyway, as of today, the only thing that will really be changing is Sarah will be teaching some more classes, and Marcy will be teaching some more classes. The only classes that are canceled is the Powerful Aging classes, which will take place supposedly tomorrow from 9. She has one at 9, 11 at 1. Those are all canceled for tomorrow. And the 11 o'clock water walk and stretch, there will be no water walk and stretch. And I ask that people who are registered for Water Walk and Stretch on Wednesday to come to the class on Friday. I will be teaching that one. Also on Thursday, there will be no Aquafit in the morning at 10 o'clock, but there will be a 1:30 Aquafit class. Also, because of the LTC MAP conference, which we're so excited to have here, class at the 8:30 Power Balance total body workout and the 11:30 Sit and Be Fit will be held in the exercise studio, not the meeting room. The same thing will happen again on Friday. Power Balance at 8:30, and the Stand and Be Strong will also be in the exercise studio due to a conflict with a DEI meeting. Other than that, we hope that next week we will go back to our regular schedule. If not, I will keep you updated. So again, if you want information on how to get in touch with Mary Root or to attend the services, I have that, and I can give it to you afterwards or come to my office. Thank you.
And Lucy, if everybody didn't remember exactly what you just said about all the classes, I've already forgotten. Is that posted somewhere or in mailboxes?
I sent that out. I put that in everybody's mailbox yesterday.
It's in everyone's mailbox.
And I also put it on the My Doncaster.
My Doncaster app too, just for those people on camera. And I believe Evelyn was working to post some of the details on the bulletin board as well about Mary Root's husband, so that we would have that there as well. We will be looking to see if there's possibility for transportation too, if anyone was interested in that. And when I get an answer on if we have a driver or not, I'll make sure I let everyone know too. Okay. I would also at this time like to invite Donna. Donna has not been up here in quite a bit to talk a little bit about some of the events coming up.
Hi, everybody. Yesterday we had our trips and programs meetings, and our program meeting is a very full room. We have lots and lots of members, but we could definitely use more for both committees, especially the trips committee. If you have any interest and some great suggestions for some trips, we would love to have you. Please reach out to myself, Amy Silverman, or Kathy Pruitt if you're interested in joining any of the committees. I have a couple of fun things coming up. Tomorrow, in front of the Commons Market from 10 to 2, I have Emmy Sue Collections. She is the woman who was here during Earth Week, and she does jewelry using recycled paint as her colors. So come and take a look at her creation. She's got jewelry, keychains, I think plates, really fun stuff. Next Tuesday, June 11th, I met this woman as we were getting ready for the Health and Wellness Fair. Her name is Danielle Spar, and she runs this website called Explain the Brain, which is Alzheimer's training for children. And she has written a series of children's books for kids ages 7 to 11. And inside the stories, they are taught about Alzheimer's disease. So please stop by, say hello, and take a look at her books, and maybe you know someone that they might be useful for. We have some great concerts coming up. Thursday night, we have Airborne Jazz. They don't need a lot of introduction because we love them when they come. Saturday, June 15th, we have Hartford Men in Harmony. Now, they were here back when we were masked. So they're a barbershop. You can't say quartet because there's like 10 or 12 of them, but they were all wearing masks last time. So it will be nice to hear them without their masks and see their faces. A couple of trips I wanted to mention. The signups for a Talcott Mountain Music Festival. I can't say that. Whew. Talcott Mountain Music Festival is, those signups are up. They're about halfway full. There are some great concerts this season. They're kicking it off with a tribute to Aretha Franklin. Then they have their usual 4th of July celebration on July 5th. And they have a couple of tribute bands for the Rolling Stones and Fleetwood Mac. So please sign up. We're about halfway full for, I'm just going to call it the Music Festival. On Friday, June 14th, there is a trip to Smith College, the Botanical Gardens, and Thorns Marketplace. That trip will leave here at 9:30, and just bring money for lunch, and hopefully it'll be a gorgeous day to see all the flowers. So that's it. I can't pronounce anything else at this point.
Thanks, Donna. So there was another reason I asked Donna to come up and announce that, because just a few weeks ago, we were happy to celebrate Donna. She's been here several years and has made a really big impact on the community, and was recently promoted to Director of Resident Services. So congratulations all day long in the store.
All day long.
So I also wanted to mention one program coming up. As you know, we've had several concerts with Irma over the past several months, and on June 16th we have a concert where she's partnering with the Orazo Music Festival. Now you'll remember Sam, who performed with her just maybe 2 concerts ago. This is his music festival. So this is a partner with them and Doncaster. So we have an audience from the outside and Doncaster residents that will be at the concert. So because of that, we are taking registrations and signups because a number of the seats will be given to the festival. So if you're interested, this is June 16th here at 3 p.m. and you can call Evelyn and sign up there. One of the things that's really wonderful about this is, I'm putting my glasses on so I can read this, but this is the inaugural Irma Velasio, which we know her as Irma Keller, visiting artist Chin Jiang. She's a pianist, and so it's Irma's visiting artist, and she will be the one performing for this concert. So again, if you're interested, please call so you can get reserved seating. We are hoping and looking to film the concert. So if you're not able to attend or the seats are sold out, that we will still be able to at least show the concert at a later date if you missed it. Any questions about that? Okay. And then lastly, Kelly did ask, we haven't had a chat since the 40th anniversary celebration, so I do want to take a moment to thank the anniversary team who worked for at least 2 months prior and then very hard the week of on the events for the week. And those members are Evelyn Ferran, Kadeen Blanchard, Jody Dubai, Donna Talbot, Ken Casella, Lucy Eyre, Diane Brzezinski, Caitlin Murphy, Tiffany Smith. And me, yeah. But I also, there were people that weren't on the committee that put in a huge amount of work on this too, and that some of those names are Marsha Mills, Susan Aller, Rochelle. I have to say something for Mike Riley and Jose, who brought not 1, not 2, but 3 fire trucks to the parade. We thought we were getting 1, and then the whole fire department showed, it seemed. The entire facilities team was at every event, lifting tables, breaking them down, and the entire culinary and hospitality team was pushing out a lot of amazing food for us that week. So again, we had so much fun doing it, and I think when you love your job, it shows, and I think everybody really had a wonderful time. So thank you all. All right, I'm going to leave on applause and have Kelly come up.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, my goodness, I want to just offer some gratitude for Joanne Barros, who's going to make the meeting minutes from this past hour, because there's a lot to cover. I thank you for holding on for an entire hour here. What a spectacular chat. So, any questions for the group? No? Thank you. We'll be here if you have personal questions. Thank you. Thank you.
I have